Alright, let's look at the ordered pairs in each exercise, and they both are direct variations. We're going to find the missing value. So we know 2 is x, 5 is y. So I need to find my constant. So I plug in 5 for y and 2 for my x. 5 divided by 2, we end up with 2 and 5/10 for my constant. So here we don't know x, but we do know our y. So when we plug it into our direct variation, y is 12.5. Our constant is 2.5, but we don't know our x. So we can divide 2.5. So 12 and 5/10 divided by 2 and 5/10. X equals 5. Let's do the same for this one. We know our x is -2, y is 5. So when we use our direct variation, y is 5, x is a -2. So we can divide both sides by a -2, which our constant equals a -2.5, so -2 and 5/10. Here we need to find y, so we know what our x is. So using our direct variation, we don't know y. Our constant is a -2 and 5/10, and our x is 2. So y equals -2 and 5/10 times by 2 is a -5. So let's graph the following direct variations. So remember before we discussed that the graph of every direct variation goes through the origin 0, 0. So I know my variation is going to be going through the origin. So let's make a table. Let's do 2, 3, -1, -2. So if I plug in that into my equation, so y equals, if x is 2, y equals 2. If I plug in a 3 for x, y equals 3. If I plug in a -1 for x, y equals -1. If I plug in a -2, y equals a -2. So when we graph these, we have 2, 2, 3, 3, -1, -1, -2, -2. So here's our direct variation. So let's look at this next one. We know it's going to go through the origin because that's what the direct variation does. So let's pick some values. Let's do -2, -1, 1, and 2. So if we use our direct variation, y equals 3 times -2, which is -6. Y equals 3 times a -1, which is a -3. Y equals 3 times a +1, which is a +3. And y equals 3 times 2, which is 6. So we continue graphing those. -2, 6, -6, sorry. -1, -3. 1, +3. And 2, +6. So here's the direct variation. Alright, let's look at these last two. I know we have to go through the origin, and it's also going through the point 1, 4. So this is our direct variation for that problem. Same with this one, it goes through the origin because it's a direct variation, but it also goes to the point -1, +5. So our direct variation graph looks like that.